My name's Kate Patterson, and I live in Ely, which is not very far from Cambridge. Lovely city, Ely. It's got a beautiful cathedral and a river, and I love walking in the parks and things like that. So Cambridge is really quite close, and I can get to London in an hour and a bit. So for me, it's a perfect little city to live in.
Thank you for talking to us today, Kate. That sounds like the real Kate Patterson to me. So can I ask you a question? Why did you decide to run your own business?
Well, it was circumstances really. My job in education came to an end and I wanted to continue to work. So I was looking for something that I could do. I knew about hypnosis and hypnoanalysis, and actually I'd had some experience of that. So that's the training that I did initially. But subsequently I became a licensed Thrive consultant practitioner and consultant, and that's a job that I really like to do.
Lovely, thank you. So what interested you initially about hypnosis and subsequently the Thrive programme?
Well, hypnosis was popular. People know about it. People would think, oh well, the hypnosis is going to help me. But actually, when I'd had my hypnoanalysis, actually I was still quite a worrier, and I still was quite negative and those sorts of things. So my thinking hadn't changed. I might have felt a bit better, but my thinking hadn't changed at all. The Thrive programme is quite different. It gave me skills. So skills for my life. I was able to understand myself better and make the changes I needed to.
Sounds very effective. If you could give yourself some advice from the Thrive perspective, what would you say to yourself?
Well, I know now that I have to look after my own self-esteem. I know that if I'm feeling a bit wobbly, I'm feeling a little bit out of control. So what can I do to get back into control of my situations? That might be my thinking, or it might be circumstances. You know, when I do that, then I feel a bit more settled. Think about the thinking. It's being aware of yourself, being aware of your thinking, because it's your thinking that trips us up. So I have to practice that and do that, and I do that all the time. I'm really, really aware of myself, so I manage myself much better these days.
Sounds like it could be a big help to lots of people, Kate. So thinking about your life, how has the Thrive programme helped you?
Well, if I had known then what I know now, my life experiences, I would have dealt with them completely differently. I've had lots of life experiences. Some of them have been challenging, some of them have been not so challenging. I've lived overseas, I've lived in the Far East. I've looked after my elderly parents for a long time. We've had illness in the family, all those sorts of things like that. And sometimes those circumstances were really quite difficult for me. As I say, if I'd known then what I know now and how to manage myself as well as I do now, then I would have had different outcomes.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Kate. What would you like to say to people watching you today?
Well, I help people to resolve their emotional gremlins and their mind monkeys, so they can live the life they want and not the life they fear. So that's how I help people. I can help you, I know I can.
Thank you very much, Kate Patterson.